Hi YouTube, it's Gordon, fat old climber, and I'm going for a walk. Today I want to talk about two things. Firstly, I want to talk a bit about my calf injury, what happened, what I'm doing about it, and also I want to talk about a 30-day Hangboard challenge I did recently. Just talk about what I did, what the results were. I'll put chapter marks down below for those that don't want to watch all of that, and I'm going to do that while I'm walking. It's a bit windy, hopefully it won't be too bad. So without further ado, let's do this. Firstly, my injury. 2 weeks ago I was climbing in my local climbing centre, the newsroom. I had a few attempts at a dyno, which was meaning I was jumping up off one leg, and there was no problem with that. But then I went on a relatively innocuous climb, and when I stood up, I can only describe it as I thought something had hit my calf really sharply. I don't know whether it was sore, but it was very noticeable. You see in this video that I'm confused what's happening. But as soon as I came down and put my foot on the hold, searing pain shot through my calf. I got a relatively high pain threshold, so when I'm thinking something's sore, I normally know it means it's sore and probably not good. Got ice, sat there for a while deciding what to do. Decided I was okay to kind of hobble out and decided to drive home because I live 45 minutes away from the climbing centre. So I did that and wallowed in my self-pity. So basically what I have is a calf tear. To be more specific, it's a medial gastrocnemius injury. Some interesting muscles I didn't realise were floating about in your calf. Gastrocnemius tears basically fall into three categories, grade 1 to 3. Grade 1 is maybe 1 or 2 weeks recovery. Grade 3 is weeks or months recovery, potentially needing surgery. I think from my symptoms and the improvement I've had already, mine falls into the lower end of grade 2. It's been 2 weeks since I injured myself, and I think maybe another week or two should see me through. So what I've been doing is, first week, nothing. Rest is apparently the most important thing. I walked a bit after a few days, but second week I started walking and I started doing some light rehab. The rehab is seated calf raises with gradually increasing the amount of pressure you're putting on it. Where I am now is I can do assisted standing calf raises, and that'll move on to unassisted. I won't be happy until I can do single leg, full extension calf raises without any discomfort or pain. That's pretty much all you're ever doing when you're climbing, and I just can't take the risk of damaging it again. But I reckon a week, definitely 2 weeks, and it should be fine. It's already much better. So that's the calf injury. What about this other thing? But before that, if this kind of content interests you and you're not already subscribed, then please think about subscribing. If you're enjoying the video, click a like or a comment. Makes a lot of difference to the algorithm, which is what we need. A couple of months ago I came across a video by Emil Abrahamson. Don't know how you say it, but I'll put a link down below. And basically he was talking about a process where you do hangboard training twice a day for 30 days, doing what he was calling NoHangs. So where you're not lifting your body weight, you're lifting 60 to 70% of your body weight, just taking the pressure off. And he was talking about ridiculous gains he got. So I thought I'd try this. So for those of you that don't know, hangboard training, a little torture device where you basically hang off tiny little edges with your fingers. Probably the most recognised way for climbers to build finger strength. And I'm not very good at finger strength. I've got ridiculously strong fingers. A recent test I was pulling 94 kilograms on a 15mm edge, which is very high. If I was a normal climber it would be great, however I'm not a normal climber. When you're 125 kilos, pulling 94 kilos doesn't seem as good. So I really wanted to do some improvement with my hangboard training, so I adopted this process. Basically what you do is you pick an edge. I picked two edges, the big edge 40mm that I was just putting my fingertips in, and the 20mm. I did two types of holds, what's called a drag and what's called a crimp, and you keep the one foot on the ground and you take some of the weight on your fingers, hold for 10 seconds, rest for 50 seconds, and you do that 10 times. What I did was I did 3 drags on the big hold and then 2 crimps, and then on a small hold, same again, 3 drags and 2 crimps. And I did that twice a day for 30 days. I pretty much managed to do it for the 30 days. Some of the days I was climbing I only did it once, but I didn't miss any days. I'll talk about the benefits in a minute. Where I'm starting from is ridiculous. As you can see from this, the longest I could hold on a drag on, this is the 20mm, is 1.2 seconds. Painful to watch, I know. So I came across a video by Hooper's Beta, who I like some of his videos because he goes into some of the science behind some of the stuff, and he went into Emil's video and he was trying to understand what was happening, where were some of the gains coming, what gains were possible. And he basically said something that I was thinking, that muscles and tendons don't grow, they don't adapt anywhere near as much as some of the results people are getting would suggest. What he basically suggested is that what's developing is your ability to try hard. He describes it as your ability to stand the pain. I'm not really sure if I'd call it that, but it's definitely just trying harder. And I have to say, over the years, a lot of the workout programs I've done in the first few weeks, some of the benefits are definitely down to how much harder I'm trying from when I start. So, is it a waste of time? I don't think so. If you want short-term gains, as long as you accept that those short-term gains are actually only coming from you trying harder. I definitely noticed a difference in my climbing. My ability to climb on crimps was definitely a lot higher, so that was good. But the gains are short-term. They last short-term if you don't keep it up. Far more recommended is regular, proper hangboard training, 2-3 times a week, either intervals or max hangs. With that in mind, once my injury's out the way, I'm going to start doing a proper 8-week hangboard training program. What I'm going to do is max hangs. Basically the 2 types are intervals, which is where you're more building up endurance in your fingers and tendons, and the other is max hangs, where what you're building is strength, and strength is what I need. I need to be lifting more weight rather than being able to lift the weight I've got for longer. So in a few weeks I'll start my 8-week program, and obviously I'll track my progress, and at the end of that I'll do another video talking about how it went. So to my results, as you remember, when I started it was 1.2 seconds, pitiful. At the end of 30 days, not much better, 2.2 seconds. Now 2.2 seconds isn't much, but when you think about it, it's 83% improvement, and that 2.2 seconds was definitely enough to make a difference in my climbing. So I shudder to think what difference it will make if I do proper hangboard training and get that 2.2 seconds up higher. So that's it. Hopefully you found that interesting. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell the world. You know the story. And I've been doing a 30-day carnivore diet challenge, which I'm about to finish, and next week I'll be filming a quick update on that. So if you want to find out about the carnivore diet, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.